All right, so are you ready to dive in with us today? Because we're going to be taking a look at Volkswagen's electric vehicle plans,
Sounds good.
and specifically their new concept car, the ID.
Oh.
Um, and what's really got us kind of buzzing about this is that Volkswagen is aiming to bring this electric beauty to market for under 25,000 euros.
Wow.
It's pretty impressive, right?
Yeah, that's a pretty aggressive price point.
It is, and that's not all.
Okay.
They've actually announced a whole new wave of electric models that are going to be launched in the next few years.
Wow.
So we're talking some next-level tech, a design that's inspired by the classic Volkswagen Golf.
Right.
Give us a real peek into the future of electric driving, and all of this is coming straight from an article that we found on electriccarsreport.com,
Okay.
which is a website that is totally dedicated to electric vehicles and green technology.
Great source.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, and what I find really intriguing is that Volkswagen CEO Thomas Schaefer wants to transform Volkswagen into a quote-unquote genuine love brand.
okay, I'll admit that phrase caught my eye, too.
Yeah.
What does that even mean for a car company?
Right. Is it just marketing hype?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's more than just a slogan.
Yeah.
It seems to be a core part of their strategy.
Okay.
Um, think about the brands you're truly loyal to.
Mm.
Why are you loyal to them?
Yeah.
It goes beyond just liking their products, right?
Yeah.
There's an emotional connection there,
Right.
a sense of trust, shared values, maybe.
Yeah.
That's what Volkswagen seems to be aiming for.
So cultivating a deeper relationship with their customers.
Exactly. And they're trying to achieve this love brand status in a few ways.
Okay.
The affordability of the ID, 2all is definitely a big part of it,
Right.
but also the cutting-edge technology they're packing into these EVs.
So let's talk about that tech.
Sure.
The ID, 2all is built on what they call the MEB Entry platform.
Okay.
Sounds a little complicated, but is it just a fancy way of saying it's built for electric?
Well, it is built for electric, but it's a bit more than that.
Okay.
It's a modular platform.
No.
Specifically designed for electric vehicles.
Okay.
Think of it like a foundation that they can use to build a variety of different electric models.
Okay.
So this is a big deal because it allows for more efficient production and ultimately could lead to more affordable electric cars.
So it's kind of like a one-size-fits-all approach that leads to more variety.
You could say that.
Okay, cool.
And on top of this clever platform, the ID, 2all has a pretty impressive electric motor.
Okay.
166 kilobot, 226 PS.
All right.
It's projected to have a range of up to 450 kilometers
Wow.
or 280 miles on a single charge.
That's impressive.
And it has a surprisingly spacious interior with more cargo space than you'd expect for a compact car.
Now, that kind of range really puts to rest that whole range anxiety thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, 450 kilometers, that's longer than most people's daily commutes. Even road trips become more realistic.
Absolutely.
And the fact that it's spacious is a huge plus.
Yeah.
It means that it's not just a city car, it's practical for everyday life. Families, errands, the whole 9 yards.
Absolutely. Yeah. It challenges the perception of electric vehicles being small and impractical.
Right.
And the design of the ID. 2all further reinforces that idea.
Okay.
The article points out that it's inspired by the iconic Volkswagen Golf,
Okay.
particularly the seat pillar.
I can see that.
Yeah.
That little detail makes a big difference.
It does.
It gives it a familiar feel, almost like a nod to Volkswagen's history while still being modern and sleek.
Exactly. It's a strategic move.
Okay.
It taps into nostalgia and brand recognition, especially for those who've loved Volkswagen for years.
Yeah.
They're signaling a link to their heritage even as they jump headfirst into this electric revolution.
I like it.
Yeah.
The article uses phrases like clear and powerful stance-friendly face and timeless elegance to describe the design.
Yeah.
Now, design is subjective, but I'm curious, what stands out to you when you hear those descriptions?
Yeah.
What makes a car design appealing?
Well, to me, those phrases suggest that Volkswagen is trying to create a design that feels both familiar and futuristic.
Okay.
So the link to the Golf gives it that familiar touch, while the electric elements in the modern lines add a sense of innovation and style.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to appeal to a broad audience,
Right.
people who have loved Volkswagen for years and newcomers who are looking for a stylish and practical electric car.
And remember, this ID, 2all, is just the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
Volkswagen is planning to release a total of 10 new electric models by 2026.
Wow.
We're talking about the new ID.3 hitting the market soon. The ID. Buzz with an extended wheelbase, and the ID.7, which has a super sleek design.
It's like they're throwing everything they've got at this electric push.
It seems like it, yeah.
Yeah,
Eh,
it really does feel like an all-out electric blitz from Volkswagen.
Yeah.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's clear that they are serious about becoming a leader in the electric vehicle market. They're aiming for 80% electric car share in Europe by 2030.
Whoa, 80%. That's a huge leap.
It is?
It seems like they're putting a lot of eggs in that electric basket.
Yeah.
What are the potential implications of this for the overall car market?
Well, this kind of aggressive push from a major player like Volkswagen could really shake things up.
Okay.
It could lead to increased competition in the electric vehicle market, which could, in turn, drive down prices and spur even faster innovation.
Gotcha.
Traditional automakers who haven't fully embraced electric vehicles yet might have to play catch-up.
Yeah, it's like they're setting a new pace for the entire industry.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the potential environmental benefits if electric vehicles really do become the norm.
Absolutely. Widespread electric vehicle adoption could significantly reduce carbon emissions and help us transition to a more sustainable future. And there's always a but. There are some big questions about how they'll get there.
Yeah.
Remember how we talked about Volkswagen aiming for that sub 20,000 euro electric car?
Yeah, that really caught my attention. If they can pull that off, it would be a game changer.
It would?
It would make electric vehicles accessible to a whole new group of people who might not have considered them before.
Right.
But is it even realistic?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
To reach that price point, they'd have to make some tough decisions about battery size, interior materials, maybe even some of the tech features.
Right.
It's a tightrope walk between keeping costs down and making sure that the car is still desirable, high quality, and performs well.
So you're saying it's possible, but there will likely be compromises.
Yeah.
Do you think that could turn off some potential buyers?
It's hard to say for sure.
Yeah.
It'll depend on the specific compromises they make and how they market the car.
Okay.
But I think there's a significant segment of the market that prioritizes affordability above all else.
Right.
So for those buyers, a sub 20,000 euro electric car could be incredibly appealing, even if it means sacrificing a few bells and whistles.
It makes you wonder, what would those sacrifices even look like?
Yeah.
A smaller battery with shorter range, simpler interior materials, fewer fancy tech features. What do you think? What are they most likely to cut back on?
Well, if you look at the history of car manufacturing, one of the most effective ways to reduce costs has always been through platform sharing and component standardization.
Okay.
So we already talked about the MEB Entry platform,
Right.
but Volkswagen might take it even further.
Right.
They could use common battery packs across different models.
Yeah.
Even simplify the interior design to use fewer, more standardized parts.
So instead of creating unique designs and components for each model,
Right.
they would be looking for ways to streamline and use shared elements across their entire electric vehicle lineup.
Exactly.
Smart. It makes you wonder if that could lead to a certain sameness across their models.
That's the risk they'll have to navigate.
Yeah.
It's about finding the right balance between cost efficiency and maintaining the distinct character and appeal of each model.
Right.
They can't just churn out cookie-cutter electric cars.
Yeah. It's a fascinating challenge.
It is.
But beyond the nuts and bolts of the cars themselves, I'm curious about Volkswagen's overall vision for their electric future.
Sure.
What else are they focusing on?
Well, they seem to be taking a multifaceted approach.
Okay.
Obviously, becoming a leader in electric vehicles is a top priority.
Right.
But they're also investing heavily in digitalization and connectivity.
Okay.
Think seamless integration with smartphones, advanced driver assistance systems, personalized in-car experiences.
Yeah.
They're not just building cars, they're building a connected ecosystem around them.
So it's about the entire driving experience, not just the vehicle itself.
Precisely, and running through all of this is this commitment to sustainability.
Okay.
Volkswagen is actively working to reduce its environmental impact, not just through electric vehicles, but across their entire operations.
It sounds like they're really trying to make a real impact, both in terms of the cars they produce and the way they do business.
Yeah, they're not just jumping on the electric bandwagon. They're trying to lead the charge and reshape the industry from the ground up.
But this level of change, this kind of disruption, it never comes easy.
It doesn't.
What kind of challenges do you think Volkswagen will face as they push forward with these ambitious plans?
Well, for starters, there's that global chip shortage.
Right.
That's been a major headache for the whole auto industry.
Yeah, that's been a big problem for everyone.
It has.
How could that specifically impact Volkswagen's electric vehicle plans?
Well, it could create bottlenecks in production.
Okay.
potentially leading to delays in getting those new electric models to market.
Right.
It could even push prices up,
Yeah.
which would be a blow to their goal of making electric vehicles more accessible.
It's like they're juggling all these pieces.
Yeah.
New models, ambitious production targets.
Yeah.
And now this chip shortage is hanging over their heads.
Exactly. And then, of course, they have to contend with the competition.
Right.
The electric vehicle market is getting crowded,
It is.
with new players emerging all the time.
Yeah, it's not just Tesla anymore.
Right.
We've got the established players like Ford and GM really ramping up their electric vehicle game.
Yeah.
Plus, a whole bunch of new startups trying to carve out their niche.
It's a fierce landscape.
It is.
Then Volkswagen will need to find a way to stand out.
Right.
They need to convince buyers that their electric vehicles are the best choice.
Right.
Not just on price, but also on features design and that all-important brand appeal.
It all circles back to that love brand idea, doesn't it?
It does.
They need to create a connection with buyers that goes beyond just the specs of the car.
Absolutely. And let's not forget about consumer adoption as a whole.
Right.
Even though interest in electric vehicles growing,
Yeah.
there are still some hurdles to overcome.
Like range anxiety and the lack of widespread charging infrastructure.
Right. Those are still big concerns for a lot of people.
They are.
Volkswagen will have to be proactive in addressing these concerns if they want to see mass adoption of their electric vehicles.
So they need to educate people about the realities of electric vehicle range.
Mm-hmm.
Push for more charging stations.
Yeah.
And make that whole process of owning and charging an electric car as seamless as possible.
Exactly. It's a whole ecosystem that they need to be a part of building.
Wow.
And they need to do all of this while keeping costs under control
Right.
and, actually making money.
Yeah.
It's a tricky balancing act.
It sounds like a monumental challenge.
It is.
But with all that said, do you think Volkswagen is on the right track?
I do.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think they're taking this seriously,
Yeah.
which is a good start.
Okay.
They're investing heavily in research and development,
Right.
setting ambitious goals, and addressing those key challenges like sustainability and digitalization.
Yeah.
They're not just dipping their toes into the electric pool.
Right.
They're diving in headfirst.
That level of commitment is impressive.
It is.
It sounds like they're really trying to push the boundaries and shape the future of the industry.
And it's not just about Volkswagen. Their push for electrification is a signal that the entire auto industry is undergoing a fundamental transformation.
Wow.
We're shifting away from fossil fuels
Right.
and toward a more sustainable future.
It's like a seismic shift,
It is.
reshaping the entire automotive landscape.
Yeah, and this shift will have a ripple effect on everything from manufacturing and supply chains to consumer behavior and environmental regulations.
It really will.
Yeah, we're going to see a surge in innovation and competition as automakers race to develop the next generation of electric vehicles.
It's an incredibly exciting time to be following this industry.
It is.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Volkswagen's electric plans, what's the key takeaway you want to leave our listener with?
I think the transition to electric vehicles is happening,
Mhm.
and it's gaining momentum every day.
Okay.
It's about more than just the cars themselves.
Yeah.
It's about creating a more sustainable and connected future.
Right.
There will be challenges along the way, but the potential benefits are enormous.
Well said. It seems like we're all in for a fascinating ride. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Volkswagen's electrifying plans. We hope you found it insightful and maybe even a little bit inspiring. Don't forget to like this episode and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the world of technology innovation and the future that's taking shape right before our eyes. Until next time.